Hey guys, what's up? It's Benny, back again. Except today, I've got something weird for you. I'm going to be fixing some VHS tapes of mine that have broken. I collect all kinds of geek shit. A lot of it is VHS tapes, a lot of it's Pokemon cards. So, I have to fix all this stuff anyway, and I just figured that it would be a fun time if, I fixed it in front of the camera. So, here we are. I just need to gather a handful of things. So this is the screwdriver. Just very standard, you know, garbage, cheap thing. So I'm fixing this copy of Babysitter, the Babysitter. This is like a weird, like horror-ish thriller. I immediately dropped it and shattered half of the tape. So I've got all these like little broken pieces off of it. But luckily, everything that broke was the back half of the tape. So something you'll learn quickly as I do these repairs is that when it breaks on the back half, it's super easy to replace because the back comes off. I just take a loaner tape and boom, done. That's it. So I'm going to take it apart and see if there's anything wrong with the internals on this one, because that is also something that happens. Is that if the internals break, I'll just need to find more parts. I've done repairs before on rare tapes where I've had to literally take off the spool, like rewind it all to one side by hand, take the spool off, fix it onto something else, or maybe and then put it back together. So it can really suck if you have a tape break and then it not be rewound. I don't know if that's the case with this one. So yeah, this one, if one of those internal things is broken, it is going to be an absolute butthole of a time getting the tape wound correctly, so I can swap the spools off. And if both of them are broken, I will kill myself. So on tapes, you always want to take off the front first, but since the back's the broken part, I am disregarding my rule. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of breaks here. There's a break in this section, across the this part right here. Breaks all over this side. It was dropped on this corner, so this side's just shattered. Remove the spools now and see if there's anything else wrong. Okay, so there's the spools. Okay, spools are good. That's the biggest part of it. And now I just need to make sure nothing on the front's cracked. Ooh, okay. That's not good, I don't think. Oh yeah, that's not good at all. This holds a little piece of plastic that releases the spool and lets it spin freely when it's inside of the VCR. So I will have to glue that back together, or on the flip side, well yeah, I'll have to, because sometimes when there's stickers I can do heat gun and remove this, but there's absolutely no possible way for me to remove it right here because it's printed onto the plastic. So I was hoping it was just the back part, but it is a little bit of the front. So I really love this kind of glue. It's just like a Hobby Lobby brand, but it's super nice. It's like $5 a bottle, but it's for crafts, so it sticks plastic to plastic incredibly well. So just put a little bit of glue around this edge. And so there's some glue too. Like if you use regular super glue, it'll put white stains everywhere. It lets off a fume, and then that fume just, like, it gets everywhere. I don't know what it is. Damn it. Okay. Got the piece in. I usually take a Q-tip or something and clean up the edges of this, but it's not really going to be seen. My fingers are clear of glue, or at least dry of glue. Okay. So that piece is back in. I'm gonna have to let that sit probably overnight. looks like there's one more broken piece inspecting the case. It's in this area. It's kind of hard to see. Not really. I don't think it really holds anything. It's just kind of like a little base piece. So I'm not going to worry about it. You know, the perfectionist in me probably will hate it, but I don't really give a shit. Alright, so now, while this is drying, I am going to grab I'll set it aside over here. I'll use like a loner tape. So probably something I hate, or like I just really don't care about. But something that matches the back similarly. So, you know, I don't want one that's going to have like any kind of special markings on it. So, what I procured is a copy of Alien Nation. I like this tape. I don't want to steal parts off of it, but I found another copy at the thrift store just this weekend. This one is super, it's like discolored. It's just the case is all fucky. The label has just fallen off the front. Like, I was going to have to fix it anyway. The only downside to this one is it's got a Videoland sticker on the edge. So I'm going to have to take something, rubbing alcohol, something like that, and just get the extra glue off. Because once I peel this, it's going to leave like a void residue on it. It'll say void across it. So I'm going to peel it off and see how quality the sticker is. Sorry if I do a lot of stuff off camera. It's just easier to do it in my lap than on the table. But it's not void, it's checker. So, see there, after I peel it off, it leaves that checker pattern. It's actually coming off really easy. Just use my fingernail to take it off. Again, I apologize for being off camera. I can finish it later, but you can see it's already coming off a good bit just from rubbing it and putting my fingernail under it. Alright, so I will move that over there. So now I just need to take this one apart, and it looks like it's got a rusted screw in it. So it's got a rusted screw in the bottom corner here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out if I'm just stealing parts off of it. But I don't want to break the back of the tape and then have to find 2 replacements. I'll probably have to drill it out if I can't unscrew it. Okay, I can feel it still has a little bit of the pattern, so I'm just going to try and force it to unscrew. Nope, that's not going to work. Alright, I've seen the rubber band trick before where you put a rubber band down. And you can use this. You can use this on any screw that you've stripped. You just take a rubber band, lay it over the screw, and try to get a grip under it. Some of them it works. One of those things you can try. You gotta put a lot of pressure down on it though. Yeah. Not getting anything out of that. And I actually do have a Dremel I could try. So let me see. So I have a Dremel. Let's see, I'm gonna use one of these smaller drill bits. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use this drill bit. See if I can just drill through it. Just sprayed rust all over my face. God, this is an outside job. Almost got the screw out. Alright, so I actually got into the plastic a bit there. But we're free. We're free. Alright, that worked. Cool. Now that I've drilled out that screw, I can get this off. So this is probably close to unusable. You can see now I had to drill that screw out. So now what I'll do, I'll just leave the back exactly like it is. I'll just lift these out. And then take these. I'm gonna have people yelling at me about touching the tape, but I promise it can take it. Alright guys, so it looks like I also lost on the front, I also lost this post. This is the center screw post, so I'll have to glue that back in place as well. Okay. Oh, and also the door was a big part of what broke, so I'll also be borrowing the door from the other tape, which is right here. This is the fixed copy of the Babysitter. Let's move it over. I will glue this back into place now. Just put a little dab on the post. Dab on the post. There's also kind of an edge here that sits in the tape, so I'll throw a little glue on that as well, just so it doesn't snap the second I put a screw in it, and then I got a rattling piece in there I gotta take apart. Sorry I'm doing this off camera. I've just got to get it really close to my face so I can see what's happening. And then once I actually have it in place, I'll put another drop of glue on the edge of it. So I put a drop of glue right on this side, and I'm just spreading it with my screwdriver. Just to give it some outside structure. And then do the same thing on this side. One more drop. Spread it all around. I don't think I'll have any more trouble out of this one. Okay. So I've coated the outside edge of that post. I have fixed this little internal part on that side. So I'm just pointing with my screwdriver. I fixed that. I fixed the post. There's a little piece broken on this edge, but it is of no consequence, so I'm leaving it out. I'm just going to let this sit probably overnight, and then tomorrow, or either tomorrow or later tonight, it depends on if I get to it tonight, I will reassemble and I'll do a quick test. Hey guys, so while I was getting ready to kind of let this sit and dry, I noticed one more thing. Right up here in the top corner of this, there's another crack. It is kind of a load-bearing piece. It's right next to a screw post. So I'm just going to try and gently push it back to where it needs to be, and then put a little glue on that. So it reseated pretty easily. I don't want to put any glue on the outside, just for appearances. But there's plenty of spot for me to do it on the inside. I'm just going to do that same thing where I put a big dab of glue and then I work it around with my screwdriver to make sure it gets to where it needs to go. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. Also, yeah, okay, that looks great. So, got that on. There's also a small chip over here in this plastic. It's kind of like, it's similar to the one that's on this edge down here. It doesn't really matter. It's not load bearing. It's not going to make any difference. So, I'm not putting any glue on that because one, I've got like 50 pieces of broken plastic. I would have to sift through to figure out which one it was. And most of them don't even go. Well, actually, I think I found it right, literally immediately. I broke my tweezers the other day. Okay. Well, I I immediately found it, so I'm gonna yeah, I guess I'll glue this too. So I've got it seated. Just gonna put a dab on it. It's in a kind of precarious spot, so I don't want to accidentally get any on the window and make it an eyesore. There's also a 88% chance I just glue the whole thing to my finger. So there we go. Because I don't have my tweezers because they're broken. So let's try that again. Ugh. God, there's glue everywhere now. My tweezers are just completely useless. My tweezers are completely useless. Fingers glued together now. Okay. Yeah, I should have just stuck with my original plan of not doing this. Yeah, it's just in too precarious of a spot, and it's not worth it because it's really not going to do anything. So I'll just glue it to my finger real good, and I'll just leave it there. And I'll see you guys either in the morning or in a couple hours. Alright guys, it's the next morning. I believe everything has dried sufficiently. I'm just going to poke around with my screwdriver, make sure there's no liquid left. Now we can start reassembly, and we can make sure that everything is in the correct place. So I'm going to start by putting the door back onto the, so there's a hole on that side for this little leg here. That clicks in, and then you just slip it on right there. Whoops, got that messed up. I got the spring kind of stuck here. Alright, there we go. Darn it. Do, 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 do. You'll be at my show. Watching, waiting, commiserating. Something about these is not meshing. I don't know what it is. What the hell? Alright, I'm doing something wrong because it just like straight up won't go back on. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm being very careful. Just blowing out. There's a bunch of extra dust in here. I was just blowing it out. It kind of feels like that center post that I glued back in isn't going back in right. I wonder if I messed it up. I'm going to take the door off and just see if I can put the pieces together because it is getting in my way while I'm trying to do this. This is just as like a test to make sure I can actually put it back together. Okay, this is fucking great. It looks like the back and the front are slightly different. So this is something I kind of halfway anticipated. I mentioned it earlier in the video where I said make sure that the back is identical to the front, or is identical to the other back that you're taking off. And for the most part, it is. Except for one tiny, tiny, tiny thing. This piece right here, there is a little circle in the middle that is raised about a ½ inch. And I'm going to have to cut that out and try and fit it on. Because on this one, there is no raised piece. It's just, it's flat flush. And on this piece, it's flat as well. And on the other top piece, looking at this one, it is like, it's a lot bigger than the other one, than this one down here. So it's like made to receive the front part of that one. But I can't use this So that sucks. But I can cut this off. So I'm just going to remove the tape reels, set them aside. I'm trying my best to do this quickly because I've got somewhere I need to take my whole recording setup. So I'll do that, and I think I got some scissors. I think I can just clip it off, like a little piece at a time. That works pretty well. It's not super flush, but we'll see if that works. Like, none of this is going to be visible from the outside, so doesn't really matter how it looks. Alright, so there we go. That wasn't too bad of a fix. Alright, so that's done. Cool. That's a lot smaller of a roadblock than I thought it would be. Just make sure these two sides fit together. And what do you know? That's all that was holding it back. This side's kind of sticking up. I don't know why. So it looks like the top two screw posts, for some reason, also had that little lip, just keeping it like raised for some reason. So I just snipped those as well. Now it should fit perfectly. Yep, there we go. All right. So our tape fits together. I can take it apart. Take our reels for the Babysitter. Put them back in. And then carefully feed the film through the correct pathway. Excellent. All right. Can't forget the door. Sorry for all the creaking from my chair. I know it's probably annoying. I don't know how well you can hear it from the... Alright. So I've got it all ready. Alright, now it's time to put the screws back. I'm going to do the center one first, just because this is the one that I had to repair. I don't know if you guys heard that crack just then when I was screwing in, but it did not sound good. Alright. Well, it looks okay, but there's like some severe gaps in the top that you don't normally see with tapes. Like, take a look at this one. This one is just incredibly flush along that top edge. And then this one is just like, oh fucking hell. And this one is just like jutting off a half inch, but it feels like it's just on one side. But if you look at the back, it's not that way. So it may just be this tape, but I'm pretty sure it's because this door doesn't quite match. And if I look at the other door, I can see it is a little bit longer. So it bothers me, but it's not really going to matter in the long run. The tape's going to play the same. So, what we'll do now is I will angle the camera to the TV, and we'll give her a test to make sure she's working. Alright guys, so we're going to do a quick test. The Babysitter. Hey, there we go. Alright, excellent. Let's see if we can get this rewound. Alright, just going to do a rewind here. There we go, we're all rewound. Alright, all there's left to do on this one is to finish cleaning off that sticker on the side. Shouldn't take me 5 minutes, but there we go. Fully restored tape. I know this is a little unusual for what I normally do, but I do it a lot in my free time just because I have a tape collection and I've got to make sure that all my tapes work. A lot of them get broken in shipping. A lot of them get broken just at the store. Like I dropped this one at the store. So leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you will, and you'll see a lot more content like this. I think I'm going to do these a lot more often just because, you know, Pokemon cards are expensive. I love opening them, but you know, for those times when, you know, I'm just not buying cards, I can at least give you guys some restoration videos, and hopefully you like them. But like I said, just comment, let me know what you think. If you like it, I'll keep doing it. Alright guys, well, I will see y'all next time. Thanks, bye.